All right, so kind of at this stage of the season, you guys have played a ton of games here lately. Obviously, you're jumping from one game right to the next. Are the challenges right now more physical, more mental? How would you kind of characterize it?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. Obviously, like you said, we've gone through a tough stretch of games where, we haven't really had a rest in here 2-3 weeks now. So, just making sure that we do everything we can to help our bodies recover and everything like that. But, from a mental side, just continuing to be sharp and know what we're doing going into the game and our game plan and everything like that is really important for us. And that's something we've been lacking in. I think we're sometimes, this month of the season especially, you really get kind of bogged down with a lot of the games and a lot of certain things that happen. So, it's important for us to be sharp on both physically and mentally.
So you mean kind of the challenges you sometimes deal with in non-conference where it's just one game after the other and you don't really have time to practice your basics?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think that's kind of the issue we've been going with lately is just you have such short time in between games that you're not really able to get a lot of practice reps in. It's more just trying to, do a lot of walkthrough stuff, a lot of breakdown stuff, and sometimes when that happens, you lose your edge sometimes on a mental note. So making sure that we try to get as much as we can in while still making sure that our bodies feel okay and ready to go.
Is there any way to just plow through it? Is there any sort of manual for how to handle that kind of thing?
We talk about it. I was getting on the guys in the huddle in our last game. Like, everybody's tired. Everybody is. I know we're tired, and other teams are tired. Other teams are also going through the same schedule we are. So, we're in a position to win the Big Ten, title. So, when you're in that position, it doesn't matter if you're tired. Doesn't matter if you're not feeling great or whatever. The case may be. We have an ultimate goal that we want to reach, and if you want to reach that goal, you gotta persevere through a lot of different things. So, I think that just that's kind of a mindset you have to win a title in this league. It's very hard, and scheduling's tough, and you're going to play a tough game every time. So, just trying to play through a lot of different things is I think important.
Is there momentum that can come from getting that done the other day? Obviously, being down 12 in the second half, coming back and winning when you were sort of on the ropes. Is there? A lot of people would look at it like, Purdue almost lost home to Maryland, but the fact that you did everything you needed to do in the final 10 minutes, can that almost be a springboard in a way?
Yeah, you like to hope so. I think, sometimes that's a sign of great teams. And when you're not playing great, you don't have a lot of energy, you don't have a lot of things going your way offensively and defensively, you still find a way to win. And I think that was really important for us to still, obviously squeak that one out. Obviously, there's a lot of things we didn't do right, but there's still things that we did okay and we did good, and there's things that you want to build off of and continue to strive towards. But obviously you can't play at that level if you want to win a Big Ten championship. But there could definitely be some momentum there. I think it's kind of an eye opener for us that anybody could beat you any night, and it's important for us to be, like I said, locked in and sharp.
Just going back and watching the game, it seemed like the defense was better than I think everybody thought it was. Real time, you only held them 61 points, all of that stuff. Was there progress there, and some positive in the fact that you guys didn't make shots for half the game again, and you were able to find a way to win?
Yeah, I think in the first half I thought we did a pretty good job, obviously holding them to 23 points. And obviously you have breakdowns within the game and people hit tough shots or whatever it may be. But, we really had a bad stretch at the beginning of the second half of letting them get on a run. But other than that, I thought we did some good things on that side of the floor. So, we keep harping on it. It's a thing we're continuously working on. We're always watching film and trying to shore the things up that we struggle at, but yeah, I thought in that game, I thought we did some good things.
I thought that game turned not just on you making a couple shots, but you forcing a couple turnovers there, kind of in help side on those pick and rolls. Just how important was the stretch of turnovers you guys were able to generate? And it's not something you guys have done a lot of this year in terms of forcing turnovers. Is that important to do more of, or how do you kind of view that?
Yeah, it's just a game of runs, and I thought we did a good job in that second half late of just getting stops, and then us getting stops, it builds you momentum on the offensive side of the floor, and everything kind of opens up and becomes easier. So yeah, if we're able to get into people and make them make them feel uncomfortable on the offensive side of the floor and turn them over, make bad shots also kind of a turnover and everything like that. So if we're able to do that, I think it propels us on the offensive side of the floor and helps us become successful.
Is there any rhyme or reason to the kind of low turnover numbers here the last couple of years? I know you guys have kind of shifted your focus a little bit toward protecting the lane and whatnot, as opposed to maybe being more pressure oriented. I mean, is that kind of thing a priority to just beef up those turnover numbers a little bit? Obviously, you always prefer turnovers versus no turnovers.
Yeah. I don't know. I think certain situations you become more or less aggressive. I think a lot of players, it's just you don't want to pick up fouls in certain situations, and you don't want to gamble. And that's one thing that our defense we try to really harp on is not gambling and not everything like that, and just being fundamentally sound is a big thing for us. And when we do that, we're usually okay, and we're usually able to get stops and everything. But I don't know. We try to pressure defense as much as you can, but it's all personnel based, and there's a lot of different things that go into it. So something that we don't, we're not 100% focused on, but it's always a big key for us.
And just one last thing for me here. You and Jaden are the two guys who carry the most minutes. When you're in this stretch where it's one game after another, how do you take care of yourself? How do you take care of your body?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. It's a different position than I've ever been in, and it's one that you can't complain about, because you'd rather have it this way than any other way. So it's kind of a mindset I have going into any game or anything like that. It's I don't want to feel ungrateful for playing, obviously, but no, it's definitely different. So just making sure I'm getting in as much treatment as I can. Chad Young does such a great job for us and our training staff and everything like that. And Brady Welsh has done a good job of kind of tailoring workouts for me and some of the guys that play a lot of minutes, and just trying to make us feel good. I think that's kind of the biggest thing when you get in this time of the year where you just want to feel good and have the most energy for games and everything like that. So just constantly eating right, doing things that you need to do to just constantly be ready to play. I think it's a big thing.